my absolutely beautiful Virgo friends, and welcome to your horoscope for April of 2022. We're Virgo. This month we have got a solar eclipse. Jupiter and Neptune are coming together, and we have also got Pluto taking a retrograde, giving us these last opportunities to come within, look at the power struggle, and get ready to surrender it for almost good in this area. Very exciting things going on in the cosmos. There is also a lot going on this month, Virgo, in the astro community. We've got the OPA conference going on, NORWAC, ESAR. If you want to learn astrology, you want to grow your astrology practice, there is absolute opportunity at every turn to be able to do that. Plus, of course, we've got our own goodness going on over here. So make sure you check the description box of this video to find out about all of those events, and I'll be over there with you as well. And if you want to know if this is the right video for you to be listening to, check that out in the description box as well. I answer all of that down there, okay? All right, my beautiful Virgo friends, let's jump in here and see what is going on in April. First of all, right at the beginning of the month, we're coming in with a fire new moon. I love that. Like, it's a lot of energy, it's action-packed, and it's a cardinal fire. So it is really about let's get something started, let's get something going, okay? Now, this is going to be at 11 degrees of Aries. So this is going to be lighting up your 8th house space. In the 8th house, we're talking intimacy. You see into me. So something pretty profoundly tied to you. This could be, sex. This could be reproductive health. This could be death, it could be healing, it could be trauma, it can be astrology. In the 8th house, we also do things like taxes and insurance and joint resources that we share, collaboration. So whatever area that may fall in for you this month, you can know that you've got a new moon happening that is asking you to plant your seeds of intention to begin something new here, or to begin something with a fresh perspective. But whatever it is, you are looking to begin it a little bit at the highest vibration, most evolved level of the Aries energy that you've got to bring to the table. And maybe that means you have to step out and you have to kind of warrior this. I have to get in here and I have to go after this. Very single focus. I need to move, right? Or it's the other version of Aries where you're acting as this sacred gardener, encouraging this area of your life to grow and to develop, right? But you're doing it in a pretty fierce way. You think about digging into the ground and planting seeds. It's not like, you gotta shovel it down there, right? Like, get into that dirt. So whatever you're doing, you're moving with a little bit more fire in this way to get something started. Now, as we get to the 5th, we're going to see Venus stepping into the energy of Pisces, which is right across the street for you. Lots of activity in this 7th house happening, lots and lots of energy in this 7th house this month for you. So it's about relationships, conscious, chosen, one-on-one relationships, Virgo. That includes the relationship of you with you. Are you conscious, and are you choosing to take care of yourself? What is the relationship that you have with yourself, Virgo? How are you talking to yourself? Because this is a relationship here. This head-heart, this is a relationship. So what does that look like? Some of this may be lighting up for you. But also contracts, friendships, partnerships that you're in, whether that's a marriage or a business partnership, you with whatever you call a higher power. These are all conscious, chosen one-on-one relationships. Your open enemies are also in this 7th house as well, and that means you have an issue with this person or people around you. Now, as Venus comes into this 7th house area, Venus is about bringing some salve, bringing some harmony to this area, right? Beautifying it in some way, embracing surrender to win, because you can't have partnership if you're just independent, right? Independent means go be over there. But if you're going to do something in partnership, there is some piece of surrender that needs to happen to create the interdependence in whatever it is that you're doing, right? So there can be some of this softening that comes in. Now, I also think for some people, you may honestly just experience a nice bump in your romantic life as Venus is here. Now, you don't have to force it, and you don't have to fight with this, Virgo. Venus is an attracting in energy, and as we advance and evolve in our understanding of Venus, we're more more easily willing to let Venus attract into the areas where it's working instead of going out to hustle, 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 get it. So in your relationships, there can be some self. There can be money that is stimulated, right? An income of some variety that comes from a relationship. Now, I will say too, that I do think Venus is exalted in the energy of Pisces, so working very strong here. It's really a nice connection. But for some of you, there may be something in a relationship that makes it so you need to spend more money here. And what I would tell you is that because it's in the energy of Pisces, if you have to spend money, you read and reread that contract, right? Make sure you understand exactly what it is that you are paying for so that you don't end up paying for something and then you're actually deceived down the road, okay? When we get to the 10th, we're going to see Mercury step into the energy of Taurus. Now, this is going to light up your 9th house space. Mercury in Taurus, fellow Earth energy, is focused. It's focused, it's practical, it's deliberate. Instead of Mercury being all over the place, it's like, boom, this is what I'm taking care of. So whether this is training, higher education, maybe you're studying a language, you're going to travel, there's international business of some variety, whether that's immigration, schooling, business, just travel for pleasure, whatever it is. There's this element now where Mercury is very intentional about what it is sharing in terms of communication and also how it's receiving the energy. Sometimes with Mercury and Taurus in the thinking houses, you may feel like, how come I'm not getting this? Why am I not absorbing this? And it may be that you need to slow down and give yourself more digestion of information time. Remember, Taurus is not a fast-moving energy. It's slow, fixed Earth. So give yourself some time to get the information if you feel like you're not getting it, okay? As we get to the 12th, we see Jupiter and Neptune come together in their conjunction at 23 degrees of Pisces. Again, this is lighting up your 7th house space. So here's one thing I want to tell you. Under this particular conjunction, absolutely anything that you want, it is possible. The ideal, the vision that you have, it is possible, Virgo, right? What do you want your relationship to be? What do you want your relationship with yourself to be like? What's the next dynamic relationship you'd like to have in the world? It's possible. Connections will show up in your life. Opportunities will show up to help you make that happen. But what may also happen under this is that it feels like the best thing ever. But your reality check may come when it's like, yeah, okay, it may feel that way, but do you have the resources to make that happen? Or is this really what's going on in reality? Are you seeing your relationships fully for what they need to be? Or are you feeling some kind of way about them that doesn't match the reality that you're in? So Virgo, I would tell you this month, go with it. Enjoy the vision. Create the vision of your best relationships in your life and make space to be shown that something maybe needs an adjustment so that you can actually have those best relationships in your life, right? Nothing is perfect. Make room for disappointment, but also support the vision, because when we get to the 14th, we see Mars moving into the energy of Pisces now. And Mars as a strategist in this 7th house area can show you how to garner the resources you need to make your best 7th house, your best relationship life possible. And it may do it by creative solutions that you hadn't been able to see before, right? Mars in Pisces doesn't get to just boom, be direct and go at things and be like this. It has to be creative in how it's serving. And that's the other thing that Mars in Pisces is absolutely phenomenal for, Virgo. Being of service. Put the needs of someone else ahead of yours and receive the bounty and abundance of love and being taken care of back. This is a wonderful service position for Mars to work in, so you can look in your relationship life and see how that's going. Now, Mars is still Mars. If there's going to be a fight that needs to be had, Mars is happy to bring that to the table as well. Or if you've had one vision of your relationships and somebody else has had a different, this may be the time as we travel all the way to May 24th where you have something brought to your table, okay? When we get to the 16th, now we've got a full moon happening at 26 degrees of Libra, lighting up your second house space. The full moon asks us to end something, acknowledge something, or make an adjustment to the area of your money. The second house, how you make money, the money that you have and what you do with it, the values you set and place around money, your possessions, your self-worth comes from this second house as well. So as we're looking here at this moon in Libra, you may again be being asked to say, well, where have I had just like too much me? And I need to slow down and adjust and put the needs of others, ahead of mine here. Where do I need to look at how I can actually be of service to make money and adjust my mentality here? This could also be too, with this Libra energy, where is there too much we going on? Where am I being too passive and too agreeable in some way in the area of my finances? And I need to Aries sun. I need to pull up and say, hey, no, this doesn't work. This is not working over here, right? So looking at the balance of the me and the we in this particular area can be absolutely useful. Now, for some of you, the full moon may be really great because it can bring opportunities to advance your salary or advance your finances in some way that you really couldn't get done at that new moon. On the 19th, the sun moves into the energy of Taurus. Again, we've got an activation of this ninth house space. And now over the next 4 weeks, you're going to get to drive in a very deliberate way that has a lot to do with your security. Doing things, learning things, advancing yourself, going beyond your horizons, getting new faith, new beliefs that allow you to expand your security, that allow you to have longevity in this area of your life. What are you investing in that will guarantee some longevity for you? It's also a season of delicious, like eat delicious things. The pleasure principle is on the table. Are you experiencing the pleasure of the world, even through your physical body, Virgo? Are you allowing yourself that? There's a lot that happens under that Taurus energy that's very dynamic. And we've also got an eclipse that's going to help stimulate that. Now, the 29th, little bit of a busy day. First of all, we've got Pluto, who's been in pre-retrograde shadow since January, now moving retrograde on the 29th at 28 degrees of Pluto, lighting up your fifth house space. This is not new. You have been working with this information, with this area for a very long time. Think since 2008, you've been working on the fifth house. Children, pleasure, joy, self-expression, taking a risk. If you are one of our athletes who's watching, athletics fall in here as well. True love falls in here. Pleasure falls in here, right? So as we've got this Plutonian energy in its last degrees of Capricorn, you're having a chance during this retrograde, which will last until October of this year, to go back, get into the truth, look within, because this one's an inside job, at what you're still power struggling with in this particular area. What are these last vestiges of old ideas or old actions that are actually destructive? They're not helpful to you, right? What are these last things that are dying off in this area for you and making space for you to phoenix, become what you get to be next? And you'll know because it'll feel like some sense of power struggle happening for you. It's in Capricorn. Are you power struggling with the government in this area? Are you power struggling with expressing yourself with maybe an authoritative energy in your life? What's happening for you? Now, during this next amount of time, you get to go back within, take a look at that, and come out of the other side absolutely transformed, okay? Now, also on that day, we've got Mercury moving comfortably back into the energy of Gemini, so slipping up to the top part of your chart. So in your career life, your reputation life, you could find yourself needing to make some decisions there, getting busy. Maybe, do you speak? Do you share? Do you train? Do you teach for work? Or in your role, even if your role is something at home, are you stepping up and it's just very busy here? Lots of emails, lots of decisions to be made. Whatever you're beginning in terms of your career, your reputation, things that we see you and experience you do in public, you'll get a chance to review this area because Mercury is going to retrograde in Gemini. So whatever you've got going over here, certainly anything that you start, get ready to review that as we get into the May timeframe. Now on the 30th, as we're closing out this month, we've got the solar eclipse happening at 10 degrees of Taurus, okay? So again, lighting up this ninth house space for you. The solar eclipse is still the new moon, so we're planting seeds of intention. We want to begin something here, and it's going to take about 6 months for that thing to really play out. And in the meantime, we'll have other Scorpio energies too that'll help you shed and surrender some things so that this area can really grow. Now, you're wanting to, under this solar eclipse beaming energy that is giving you like a reset to the emotional system, you are really wanting to dig in with, am I happy? Am I fulfilled in this area? Am I doing things that will boost my longevity, my security, my self-esteem in what it is that I'm doing? It will also highlight your shadow side of where you're being possessive, where you're being a know-it-all, where you're being stubborn, where you're just being the bull in the china shop in this area of knowledge, Virgo. And you get to make adjustments to let it be the most evolved version of Taurus energy that's absolutely available and enduring for you. So lots going on this month, flashback to 2014, 2003, what was going on in the advancement areas of your life, what was happening around your thinking and your beliefs, Virgo, because this is a very clear signal of where these eclipses are going to help you grow as we travel throughout 2022, okay? All right, my beautiful Virgo friends, I hope that this finds you well. Please let me know how the month is going for you in the comment section down below. Check that description box for everything. I love you, and I'll see you next month. Bye, Virgo.